Hey Nick, make sure to start wearing scarves. That's a death threat. He's basically threatening to stab this person in the neck. Not the first death threat under this video. We have this one, but this one was particularly sinister and it pissed me off, so this is his Instagram. That's him. Are you surprised? Because if you are, even a little bit, I have some water is wet revelations to make for you. I mean, if those are the people threatening to stab people in the neck, we have no problem.
So I've never done anything like this.
Why start now?
I can bench about 170.
You can binge Netflix. Okay, we love him now. I don't understand. If that's your opinion, then why threaten to kill the #1 enemy of Israel in the world outside of Hamas? Let's get into the Candace Owens situation. She wrote on X, all lies will be revealed. What she means by that is that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. An idiotic take, okay? They didn't kill Charlie Kirk. He was their dog on a leash. He was their soldier. Even if he started to have second thoughts, why not cut his funding? But anyway, this person replied, your day will come. And the significance of this tweet is due to the person who tweeted it. Let's check him out. The thing about this dude is that he is a true believer. His entire X profile is about one thing and one thing only. Israel, Jewish identity, all these things. Boom. Complete nut job. His primary objective in life is to get Americans to invest in the Tel Aviv stock market. He is serious about Israel. So he got 8 million views on this one tweet. So he had to retract. He had to qualify. He said, to be clear, this is not a threat, but an observation about the fate of all Nazis, past and present. She replied, Bolsheviks never changed their stripes. Your lust for murder while pretending to be the aggrieved never goes away. Digging through his old tweets, I want you to see this. He tweeted not so long ago, yesterday, basically. A generation of young Americans have grown up as sociopaths, with no sense of social responsibility, no real grip on reality, and no ability to tell right from wrong. Why do you think he thinks that? Why would a person like that, with one single focus in life, would think that the American youth have lost their way and they have no ability to tell right from wrong? What do you think he thinks is so sociopathic about young Americans that he's losing his mind that way? And look at this victim card. This is like the Charizard Pokemon card of all the victim cards. He said, your day will come. And she said, filthy rodent. He is threatening her life. And someone in the comments said, calling Jews rats. Obviously, Candace didn't back down. She said, I called Oren a rat. But if the shoe fits... And Candace had been receiving a lot of death threats recently. Gonna get kirked, you're next, and all Republicans are next. But this tweet took on a life of its own. For example, Max Blumenthal, who is an anti-Zionist, well-respected journalist, retweeted it, saying that they are not hiding it now. And he's also wrong about the death of Charlie Kirk. I don't know why everybody's pushing towards the idea that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. I wish that was the case, because it would allow more attack and more mobilization against Israel among the American public. But this is just not the case. Truth matters. I want to attribute every crime to Israel, except that not every crime is Israel. And what's the evidence for that? That Charlie Kirk was beginning to change his mind? Okay, cut his funding. Try to silence him. Smear him. Was Charlie Kirk more dangerous to Israel than, let's say, Tucker Carlson? Let's not mention Nick Fuentes. Why would they kill him in such public setting? Why risk that? Why not just poison him, for example? Did they want to get rid of him? Then why in this gruesome way that risks everything? Because if that was the case and that got out, bye-bye. Bye-bye Israel. That's over for them. They wouldn't risk that. They are smart. Also, he was starting to change his mind. What's even the evidence for that? Private conversations with his friends? Well, a lot of people have these private conversations. What matters is his public stance. Charlie Kirk was a huge asset for Israel. Probably their biggest asset. To kill him, to snipe him, makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And why not wait? Why not bribe him? Why not change his mind? If he started to change his mind Saturday, and then they shot him Wednesday, that doesn't make fucking sense to me. There is no one in the world probably who wants to blame everything on Israel more than me. But I can't deceive the public like this. Not that I have the ear of the public or anything like that, but Candace Owens, I don't think she cares about truth, by the way. I really don't trust Candace Owens at this point, because she has to know that what she's saying about the French president is bullshit. She's not that stupid. She's playing this card because it's popular. The same way she's talking about Blake Lively. It's show business. It's entertainment for her. She wanna just maximize her podcast objectives, I guess. She doesn't care that much about truth. Okay? I do. I'm not gonna be convinced of anything. I'm not an idiot. I'm not one of these groypers who believe that vaccines kill you or cause autism. The reason I think a lot of people lose their way to the truth is that they start following their wishful thinking. I need to see evidence for everything. And eventually this works out to the benefit of the truth. The truth could be that he was actually a groyper. It's possible. I don't understand why people are so eager to declare like a final verdict on it. He was probably a leftist, most likely. I'm sorry. Was it Israel? No. I want to make a video saying, oh, it was Israel and get millions of views because people are idiots. Let me tell you what I think is going on, for real. People who didn't like Charlie Kirk now feel obligated to sympathize with him, but they can't bring themselves to sympathize with a person who was that much of a loyal soldier for the genocidal state. They can't do that. So what do? They convince themselves that he was actually about to become a good guy right before he was killed. Nah, that wasn't the case, okay? And if it was the case, well, it didn't happen. He was about to join Hamas. Well, he got killed before he did that. The reality on the ground is that he was Israel's little poodle, and then he got killed. I'm sorry. Reality. Reality land. You live where Israel killed Charlie Kirk and where cancer is cured by essential oils. That's not where I live. I live in evidence-based reality. And you have to join me if you want to achieve anything. It's actually immoral to be that naive because you don't need to be that much of an idiot. But you, like most people, believe what you want to believe because you base your morality, you piece of shit, on convenience, on comfort, on how much it would cost you to believe in truth. Then go join Israel. How different are you? Because people who believe that Israel is the victim in this situation, they also base their morality on comfort. What comforts them based on their life circumstances is different than what comforts you. Sometimes morality and convenience coincide, but that's not the case now. So you try to carve the truth in a way that fits your comfort zone. The idea that Israel killed Charlie Kirk has taken on a life of its own already, so this idea will never be dispelled, okay? And it's amazing watching a conspiracy theory at its birth. Because 10 years from now, there will be people who believe beyond the shadow of a doubt that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. And you know what? Maybe they did, but we have no evidence for it now. To believe it now is just insane, against all common sense. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.